Hello?
Ricky, where are you?
I'm at some guy's house inspecting his pipes.
But you're the foreman responsible for building this new church.
I'm also a plumber. It's my true calling in life.
I've never heard you say that.
Well, you gotta start sometime, and right now I'm fixing this random guy's pipes as a free surprise.
You're what?
Yeah, I was inspecting them, but then I realized they started leaking and needed repairing.
Does he know you're there?
Duh. The whole point of a surprise is to finish your task undetected. Ah!
Darn it! Look, whatever. A new shipment of raw materials just came in. What do you want me to do with them?
What do we got?
Well, we got a shipment of wood.
There's enough forests around to provide us with all the wood we need. Skip it.
We also have a new compass to add to our collection.
A new compass, huh? Well, that would make 3. Put a question mark on it. Call it a maybe.
Alright, then next we have plans for a temple.
A temple?
Yeah, and it looks like our neighbor Mike has just finished building an altar, which according to these plans would fit snugly inside that temple.
This could be a problem. With the rate he's building out while we build up, he'd be able to use those plans to his advantage quite well. Take the plans. We can't let them get into Mike's construction site.
What about the extra compass?
I'm sure there's another one in the next shipment from Dan. You know how he always builds his shops and then gives us everything else.
Uh-huh. Alright, got the temple plans. You want us to build it for ourselves?
No, I don't want any of Dan's guilds using our stuff. Instead, shred the plans and mix them into the cement blocks for the church. That way nobody will ever know there was ever going to be a temple.
Alright, sounds like a plan.
I knew I could count on you. Hey, listen, I'm almost done here. I'll be back in like an hour and a half.
Just don't cause any permanent damage.
Don't worry, I won't. Jeez, I'm not that incompetent.
It's your chance to lead one of the 7 great cities of the ancient world. Exploit your natural resources, exert your military might, and build your economic relationships, all while building a great wonder of the world that'll transcend the ages to come. This is 7 Wonders. 7 Wonders is a strategy card game of sharing and thwarting. Every player is trying to build their real wonder of the world, including the Colossus of Rhodes, the Pyramids of Giza, and the Lighthouse of Alexandria. Every stage of the wonder grants the player a perk as depicted on the board. Every wonder has unique perks and can be used differently. Some stages grant victory points, while others give armies. Still others give the player money to use in trading and building. The game starts with players randomly receiving 1 face-down wonder card. The position of the wonder card matters, as this determines which wonder as well as what side the players will be using in the game. Players are then given 3 value 1 coins and 7 cards from the first stage. From these 7 cards, players take 1 card from their hand, place it face down, and pass the rest of their hand to the left. Before picking up the new hand, everyone plays their cards simultaneously. More on that later. Then they pick up their new hand and repeat. At the end of the age, there will be 2 cards remaining in each player's hand. They must choose which one to play and which one to discard. This prevents players from having to deliberately hand over a card which they know the next player will use. Once the age is over, any military conflicts are resolved and the next age begins. Although 7 Wonders is played by everyone, the only players you have to worry about are the ones on either side of you. They're the only ones you can buy from and wage war against. Every wonder is built in a city, and that city needs to be built well. To build requires resources, raw materials in brown and manufactured goods in gray. These resources are built by stacking them in the corner of your city in plain view of your neighbors. Any resource in the city is yours and can be used for free. For example, if I wanted to build an aqueduct for 5 victory points, I would need 3 stones. In this case, I have everything I need. Some buildings can be built for free if you already have the corresponding structure built. Things like the temple require wood, brick, and glass for construction. But if you have an altar already built, you can just build it for free. Battles are fought the same way as commerce. At the end of every age, compare your number of military coins with your neighbors. Whoever has more wins. This does mean that a pacifist can lose to both neighbors. Then there's the matter of building your wonder. Every phase of a wonder has certain resource requirements, but how do you represent that you built it? Well, instead of playing your card in front of you, you can choose not to reveal it when the time comes and build it into your wonder instead. This can successfully remove a card from play before your neighbors get it. However, if you can't afford to build your wonder and still want to prevent your neighbor from getting the card, you can always sell it for 3 coins. Well, that all seems pretty straightforward, but things get shaken up for Age 3. The third and final stage has the biggest and most expensive cards. There are no more resource cards, so you're stuck with what you have. However, this is when guilds start to develop. Depending on how you and your neighbors played, the guilds can really turn the tables. For instance, building the Spies Guild earns you 1 victory point for every red military card your neighbors have. A great guild to have if you're seated next to a warlord. Meanwhile, cards like the Magistrates Guild will get you victory points for every blue civilian structure your neighbors have. Before I move on to talking about all the historical details used in this game, I want to talk about the green science cards. Once built, these cards can be stacked and combined to create different scores. For every like symbol you have, take that number of symbols and add them together. For example, 1 wheel is 1 point, 2 wheels are 4 points, 3 wheels are 9 points, and 4 wheels are 16 points. For every set of 3 symbols, they score 7 points. It helps to stack like symbols vertically so they're easier to count. In this example, the player earns 31 points. 3 plus 3 plus 3 compasses equals 9, 2 plus 2 tablets equals 4, and 2 plus 2 wheels equals 4. Then the 2 combos of 3 symbols each count for 7, making a total of 31. 7 Wonders is rife with historical accuracy, especially in the Leaders expansion. With Leaders, every player is given a historical figure to start every age. These leaders cost money, but their effects are permanent for the rest of the game. The leaders provide the player with perks, such as the mathematician Archimedes granting the player green science cards at 1 less resource of their choice. Imhotep, the first architect, allows wonders to be built at 1 less resource. And, arguably the most useful leader, Maecenas, the wealthy and generous culture minister to Caesar Augustus, allows your future leaders to be placed for free. A great card to start out with if you want to use Ramses in the Third Age to build free guilds. The artwork in this game is beautiful. Everything is designed to look like glorious paintings of historical events and figures. Nothing is drawn superfluously. It gives off a Norman Rockwell vibe. Like Rockwell's drawings, everything is frozen in time as if important things are happening at this very moment, and this is the image to represent it. Even the portraits of the leaders are significant. Leonidas charging, Hammurabi judging, and Plato thinking all look as if they were carefully crafted to represent each figure in the best way. Also, as a brown coat, I just can't ignore the Easter egg hidden in the Cortesians Guild card. Obviously someone on the art team is a big Firefly fan. They drew Inara as the main focus of the picture. That is just goram beautiful. Finally, the latest expansion to come out for 7 Wonders as of this video is 7 Wonders Cities. It comes with new cities, new leaders, and new effects like debt and diplomacy. Debt makes every player but you lose cash and/or victory points to the bank, while diplomacy can remove you from the board during combat, forcing your neighbors to fight each other. Very useful if you don't want to build your own army, or just want to screw with your neighbors. I love this game. It's hard to just pick one strategy because there's just so many ways to win. It depends on what you're dealt and what you're given. One game could have you building tons of civilian structures and armies, while another game could force you to gather sciences and use the guilds to come ahead in the end. It's a great group game and it's best played with many people, although there are advanced rules for 2 players, and teams in case the situation demands it. I'm the Cartographer. Join us next time as we map out more secrets of the board and card game world on the Gamer's Atlas. Whoa! That's my toothbrush.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Thomas, what's going on? Why are there so many people in the living room?
Oh, hey, some of my friends from college are in town. We're going to Fright Fest. We'll be crashing here for a while.
Well then, where can I stay while they're here?
Well, you could try the inn down the street, or maybe at our uncle's house. Or, you know, there might even be some room in the dumpster behind the 7-Eleven.
What? Mark Zuckerberg called. He said you should totally like my Facebook page. Come on, you wouldn't ignore a guy like that, would you? Oh, and one of the YouTube creators, Chad Hurley, he said you should subscribe.